Welcome to Grant's Rock Warehouse and to another Warehouse interview, and this started off with a bang, so we're doing the intro here. Palmyra Delran is an American rock and roll musician, singer, songwriter, drummer, producer, renowned for her high-energy trash pop style, a blend of garage rock, pop, surf, and punk attitude. She was the co-founder and frontwoman of the all-female band The Friggs. She has put out an EP in 2008 and an album in 2013. She now fronts Palmyra Delran and the Doppel Gang while hosting the popular Palmyra's Trash Pop Shindig on SiriusXM's Underground Garage. Her band will be on the Little Steven's Underground Garage tour starting in April. We will hook up with her then. Ladies and gentlemen, Palmyra Delran, let's do it.
Piling on the power chords and pure pandemonium, Grant's Rock Warehouse.
I appreciate you coming on. But see, we've already screwed that up.
You drive, man. I'm just like in the passenger seat.
I appreciate that. It's like I don't know what I'm doing, but
God, who does?
Little Steven's Underground Garage on SiriusXM. First of all, Palmyra, remind me, because I know Manfred's like what? Noon to, what is your shift usually?
Oh, okay. So I have a little bit, Manfred's every day, noon to 3, East Coast.
Noon to 3, okay.
Yeah. I have 6 shows, but they're different. I have Monday and Tuesday, I'm on at 4 till 7.
Yeah.
And then Wednesday and Thursday evenings, I'm probably on right now. I'm going to go on at 8 till midnight on Wednesdays and Thursdays. And then Saturday and Sunday, I have the special, the Trash Pop Treasures, that it runs 8 a.m. till 10, and then it repeats on Sunday. So the only day I'm off is Friday.
So how? See, I thought you would be live right now. Now you're.
No, I know. I hate to burst your bubble. But yeah.
How does that work? Do you just record all these shows and then someone edits them, or what?
Yeah. Well, I'm actually recording next Wednesday's show right now.
So you're using, what's that, an iPad?
I got the iPad, and the program is called Backpack. It's a fantastic, you can bring your little beds in there. It's like, I'm so like contained in this thing. You can bring the little music beds in. And then I just upload to the server at Renegade Nation, where, we all kind of just like upload our voice tracks to that, and then whatever, the producer, it has to get like uploaded to the SiriusXM, the satellite. So there's a little bit, it's not like you can just go on the radio and be like, hey, because it's satellite and it has to be placed. Do you know what I mean?
I do.
And we aren't able to do that.
You listen to the 80s channel on Sirius, and you'll hear like Mark Goodman, and then it'll pop over to Alan Hunter, and then it'll pop over. Yeah. I'm going, how are they doing that?
Yeah.
So
it's pretty magical, like over there.
It's pretty magical.
Yeah. I don't go over there anymore to the Sirius off. I used to, but now I get to do it from my home.
Yeah. Well, did that happen? Okay. How long? I don't know your whole history. I know Little Steven, because didn't you have one of the tracks, like one of remind me?
Oh, you mean the coolest song in the world?
The coolest song.
Yeah. I've had a couple of those throughout. I've been so lucky. Oh my God, I'm so lucky that way, because I do record with Steven's label, same with Manfred, Wicked Cool. So I'm just so lucky that he likes my stuff. It's
it's fantastic.
Wow. Okay, well, I appreciate that. But you never know. You know what I mean? It's like, I don't know. Is my shit any good?
Well, see, you can't look at your own stuff.
It's hard. It's hard.
John Lennon always thought his vocals were the way he sounded was horrible. Yeah. Everybody else could listen to it and go, "You're unbelievable."
He
hated his voice.
Because he double tracked his vocals on everything. So I do that now. I'm like, well, I want to sound like John Lennon, but I don't.
But it's a cool sound, though.
It's a really cool sound.
If you've got the proper tonality or the proper, should I say timbre? I don't know. Not everybody can do that.
Yeah, it is definitely, you have to really think about like your phrasing and matching it pretty closely. Although he didn't really match it a lot of times. He would be like singing a different verse, and then they would just put it on there.
And then you listen to
Probably
some of those
noticed.
Beatle tracks and you're going, well, that doesn't really match up well. But I
Yeah.
guess that gives it a certain quality.
Yeah, but where I wouldn't have the balls to do that now. I want to match it together and have it sound like, like 60s girl groups. You know what I mean? That's kind of what I try to do.
Well, you've had a pedigree. So we're going to talk a little, we'll go an hour because I have actually another interview at 9.
Okay, you do
We'll
your
talk
thing,
about
man.
the cruise. We'll talk
Okay.
about the cruise because this is what I'm really, because I was thinking when I was booking these things, I said, Mike, can we get some people to talk on the cruise? Well, I've got some people,
Cool.
but
Plenty of
I don't
people on the
care.
cruise, man.
well, I'm hoping. Now were you on the cruise last year? Because this is my
I
first year.
was. Oh, you're gonna have so much fun. Last year, okay, so I have this other band, the Coolies. I don't know if you
We'll
know.
talk about that. Yes.
Okay. So because of, Kim, our girl Kim Shattuck passed away. But when she was ill, well, I guess whenever you want to talk about it, do you want to steer me? Or I don't know if you have like sort of
Okay, Palmyra, this is how it works. The warehouse is very loose.
Okay.
The way I envision this, and I've told this to other people, we can say it right now. It's like two people hanging out at the record store just talking.
Okay,
And
good.
it's not the Rolling Stone interview.
Yeah.
You steer it, we'll just go and see where it goes. And once the hour's done, that's
Cool.
what we've got.
All right,
So
good.
anyway, go ahead.
All right. So when they were planning, because they do the Outlaw Country Cruise every year, and then they want to do the Underground Garage one, and Louis, one of the people that are booking the cruise, was like, "Can we get the Coolies?" And unfortunately, Kim passed away in 2019. Girls,
All hell's breaking loose.
I know, because I got the neighbor over there, like they talk to. So Kim, when she was ill, she passed away from ALS in 2019. But before that, because I go back with Kim decades, and obviously so does Melanie Vaman. Melanie and Kim had the Muffs together, and they had the Pandoras. So when she was ill, we got together, like I flew out there a lot. Melanie was with her really every single day. Melanie really just was with her, while she was in her illness, as was her husband, Kevin, who was amazing. Anyway, so we were just joking around. We would have these like powwows on the phone, and Kim was like, I want to have a band with you guys together. And, Kim and I would always joke about having a band together, but it was like, you're on the West Coast, I'm on the East Coast, ain't gonna happen. But then when she got sick, it was like, you know what, we're gonna do this. And she was like, I want it to be called the Coolies. So
I
we're
like that. Hey,
all right, cool.
I dig that.
Yeah, so then we just went through her demos and we recorded a bunch of stuff, and then she kept finding more songs, and it ended up being an EP. It was going to be a single. And, and then just time went on, and, she passed away, but she gave us all her demos that she didn't complete yet. So we decided, like, let's just keep this going. And we did a go-go song for a compilation. Did you know about that?
I did not know that.
Okay.
Well, I'm all for it though.
Yeah, me too. So
What track did you guys do?
we did a song called King of Confusion, and it was co-written with Kathy Valentine, who's a friend, and Charlotte Caffey, and this guy, Bill Bartell. Do you know about Bill Bartell, this crazy guy?
Yeah.
He was in White Flag and all kinds of, it's like way too, we don't have the extra hour to talk about Bill Bartell. But anyway, they wrote a song together, and we decided to record it. And a friend of ours said, why don't you get your pal Clem Burke to play drums? And I was like, okay. So, emailed Clem, and he was like, yes, I want to play drums. And then he was like, do you want to get Kathy on bass? I was like, yeah. So it was me and Melanie and Kathy and Clem for that single. And we used Kim's vocal. We put it as a Kim solo in reverse, so that the flip side of the single, when you played it, you could hear what she was saying. But on the A side, you couldn't tell what she was saying because we flipped her vocal. Very bizarre, but whatever. It's really cool. So that happened. And then when we were going to do the cruise, they were like, well, let's get the Coolies together. And I was like, okay.
So were you, for the cruise though, were you just going to play, Or how did
No,
that work?
they really they wanted the coolies because I
Okay.
have a band called the Doppel Gang, and that would have been way easy, but they wanted a girl band, and they just put the coolie stuff, and I was like, well, cool, let's do it. Melanie was up for it, Kathy was unavailable, and so Clem hadn't passed away yet, but he was ill,
So he knew he was ill. Yeah. But he's still going to play. Fantastic.
Well, he did, and then we were going to because we wanted to do another single before the cruise to release it on the week of the cruise. So, I said to, Kathy, I was like, do you think he'll still want to record? And she was like, yeah, So we
Don't
got
give
Clem.
up. Keep going.
No, that made Clem feel alive to do what he does. That guy was a trooper. He was like, I'm recording. He recorded a whole bunch while he was ill. And the new Blondie record, he's on all the tracks. He wasn't sick yet, but, they have a new record coming out. Clem's on it,
But you have to admit, I don't want to interrupt, but what a fantastic drummer. You could go on just YouTube. I never got to see Blondie live.
Oh, man.
But anybody watching this show, just go out on YouTube. Go look at like a Blondie footage from like
Watch
81.
Dreaming. That's all you have to see is Dreaming. It's like he really,
They were a tight, and you can appreciate this being a musician, tight band. They were like, they played so much together. Oh,
tell me. I mean, I think I've
fantastic.
seen Blondie more than any other band because, they're friends and all that. And Debbie's take on it is we were at the right place at the right time. And I said, no, you great songwriters, great in the studio, always had great producers. And the musicianship in that band is sick. It's crazy.
Well, it's one of those things that I think everything lined up.
Totally. Well, I think that was her point.
The thing I'm worried about, now this is just between us.
Okay.
Without Clem, I think Clem had a lot to do with that magic.
Yeah, she said that's her. She's not going to do it. She doesn't want to do it again. She'll do her own thing. Because I saw her like a month ago or so, and she was, they're all like sort of, settling into that they don't have Clem anymore. And I just said to her, like, you can do anything. You can do whatever you want to do.
Do you know Andy Blacksugar?
I don't know.
Okay. He was he was hired as a touring musician. He's like, I have like two channels, Grant's Rock Warehouse, and then I'm on the Contrarians. He's a Contrarian, he comes on, he pays Patreon and comes on. He was like one of the guitar players. It's like a touring guitar player for Blondie.
Yes. Okay. I don't know him,
He's
but
got
I know. Yes. That guy was fantastic. Because the last time I saw Blondie, because Chris stopped touring many years ago, but the last couple times I saw Blondie, it was with him.
Yeah,
I don't know him. Yeah. But I know
Andy's
the rest
fantastic.
Of them. Yeah, he really is.
Palmyra, he's one of those guys that you could go, he's like a big Cure fan, but you can talk about different bands and the guy is like... Yeah.
No, I never got to meet him. Hopefully I will because they're doing a Clem celebration in a couple weeks at the Bowery Palace.
Yeah, he's a good dude.
Okay, good. Hopefully I'll meet him at that point.
But good guitar player too.
Great.
And I'm sure you can appreciate all that.
I do. I really appreciate it.
But see, we're already on a tangent and now I don't know where we went.
Well, okay, so I guess we were talking. So then we released what we did was I finished one of Kim's demos, a song called Bad Boy. I sent it to me and Melanie, recorded our stuff, and then we sent it to Clem to do the drums, and then we sent it to Kathy to do the bass. Kathy's been living in the UK, Kathy Valentine, so she's been living in the UK. But she's got a little studio. So Clem did his drums in LA, Kathy did her bass there, and then we compiled what me and Melanie did on in New York at the Wicked Cool studio.
So Wicked Cool has her own studio?
Yeah, Renegade Nation.
Okay.
Is Steven's office / studio. Yeah. So a lot of the stuff on Wicked Cool gets recorded. If it's New York, they do it there. Like I've done 2 records in there, and it's just It's like the best place to be ever. And this guy, Jeff Sanoff, is the main engineer. He does a lot of productions and he's fantastic. I'm sure you've heard his name. He's behind a lot of those great records. You know, the ones that Stevie does, and they did Darlene Love, Chesterfield Kings.
So would that be so would that be where Kurt is recording his records?
Kurt is now working. Yeah, he's now working there. I don't think before that, no, he didn't. He recorded in Nashville, I think, with Wyatt Funderburk and in Spain. But now Kurt lives in Brooklyn, so he's there. He works in the office.
I did an interview with Kurt. Like, I'm looking at it. When was it? How long ago was it? I hope it doesn't play. I'm trying to look at the date.
He's got a fantastic
new single that he put out.
Yeah,
I thought it was fantastic. And I said, power pop goodness.
Yeah,
now, I know you're into
I
know you're into trash pop. I do want to ask you about that, but as power pop, I'm a big power pop guy.
Yeah, me too.
Freaking tastic.
Yeah.
But the Kurt stuff, when I heard it, I went,
no, he's ridiculously great.
Ridiculously great.
And he really is. I feel
talented.
He really is, man. He's just a great, multi-instrumentalist. His vocals, everything's so melodic. Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's
fantastic. But you're fantastic too. Aww. I mean, we're talking all about all kinds of stuff. But let me ask you this: was there anything else you were going to mention about the Coolies?
So the Coolies, we're just going to slowly.
We're just going to be a train wreck. Go ahead.
Me and Melanie are going to continue with Kim's demos. We're going to complete her songs like she wanted. That was sort of her last wish for us. So we're doing that, and we're going to probably do a new single. I don't know when. And now that Clem is not with us, Linda Pittman she was our drummer on the cruise. Okay. So she's going to play drums in the studio. She's going to,
Did Linda play with anybody?
Yes. Oh my God. On the cruise, Linda was with 5 bands. She is in the Baseball Project.
Okay.
She's in Steve Wynn in the Miracle 3. She's married to Steve Wynn.
Oh, okay.
But we don't like to say that first because she's a fantastic, I want to,
she wouldn't be playing in 5 bands if she was just a slouch. Yeah.
She was in the Lenny Kaye, the Nuggets thing. She was in the Baseball Project, the -5. Steve Wynn in the Miracle 3, the Coolies, and the Lenny thing. So she was going from one thing to the next. So she's going to be, she'll be our studio drummer. And then if we tour, whatever, And then Kathy Valentine is going to play bass on it.
Are you doing any emceeing during the cruise?
I don't know. I don't know actually, because when I did interview X on the first cruise, but it was sort of like a weird thing because I was like, doing my research and doing all the, because they had such a rich history.
Yeah, and I bet that. Well, I don't know if you knew anybody in X, but for them to I feel kind of bad that I didn't go. I was on the 80s cruise instead.
Okay.
So, but I'm looking at the lineup for that cruise and I'm going, X is on there.
Yeah.
And you got to interview him. Oh, that must have just been fantastic.
It was wild. But the day before, a couple days before, they were like, nah, we don't really want to go into the history. We just want to talk about the new stuff. So I was like, what?
I get it.
I get it, but I was
they probably Palmyra, they probably talked about that old stuff so much, even though you're like a fan, you're going, can we
I got a lot of audience questions, and we made it, but we got them to play a couple of songs, so that was good. So I'm not sure, and then like the day of, they were like, do you want to host rock and roll bingo with Adam Weiner from Low Cut Connie? I was like, okay. So it was fun. Like, you just got to wing it. Whatever they want to do, we'll do it.
Because you never know. That's kind of like the way they run the 80s cruise. And I will say this, the thing that I really like about these cruises, and I'm hoping they run it the same way as they do the 80s cruise. The 80s cruise is very well done, I think.
Yeah.
But I know, we have artists that are playing, but I love the interviews, and because you'll have, Mark Goodman, or you'll have Alan Hunter, and those guys, of course, those guys.
Oh, they're pro. Yeah, those guys
are pros. But the interviews, when you get to talk to the artists, I just love it. I just can't get enough of it.
Yeah, I know. It's totally cool. I mean, I know we have some special things planned. I'm not sure I can really talk about them now, but
There are things.
there's definitely going to be some fun. There is going to be, I can tell you, there's going to be another bingo game, but I won't be hosting it. It's that band, the Goons, are going to host it. It's
Okay.
going to be fantastic. And then a couple different things. There's a few bands that are playing albums from top to bottom, which is going to be fun. And I think they're going to be showing a movie, maybe the Red Cross thing. I'm not sure.
The Red Cross thing, I think, yes, that is.
Which I saw, and it's
And then I think
fantastic.
there's some kind of Q&A after it.
Yeah, I think so.
Now, Red Cross, I'm all worked up about.
Have you seen them?
I have not seen them, but I have various CDs of them from
Okay.
80s.
Okay, Red Cross, I'm telling you right now, is going to be a scene stealer. I've seen them a bunch of times. I played with them, and they are going to be a scene stealer. I mean, there's so many bands on this cruise that are going to, I mean, the lineup is fantastic. I'm very happy, but Red Cross, I'm telling you, is going to be a scene stealer, you know?
I have seen Social Distortion before.
Oh, Social D, yeah.
Dig this, though. You'll appreciate this. 1991,
Okay.
Indianapolis.
Wow.
Social Distortion opened.
Okay. Oh,
Then
wow.
Sonic Youth, which were fantastic. And
Yeah.
then Neil Young played.
I saw that tour.
Oh, you did see that tour?
But no, Social D wasn't on it. It was
Okay.
It was Sonic Youth open for Neil Young. That's the tour I saw. Maybe it was a couple years later, but it was on the East
No,
Coast.
I think that was the only.
Was it? Okay.
But somehow, when Indianapolis, we had Sonic Distortion,
Yeah,
we had Social Distortion.
No, Social D wasn't on it.
They
I've
were
seen them
fantastic.
before, but yeah.
That's the only time I've ever seen them.
Yeah.
That was fantastic.
They're going to rip it up, I'm telling you. I mean, every band is like, oh my God.
And I think, are there still tickets available? Do you know?
I think there's some cabins. Yes, I'm pretty sure there's some cabins. I know it's close. So if anybody wants to get a cabin.
It
they
is
better
close.
hurry up. It's close. They better
There's still
do
a
it.
chance.
Because,
Fantastic.
yeah.
Let me ask you this. Did you coin the term? I'm looking at my time. We're good. Did you coin the term trash pop?
I did.
That's you.
It's all my fault. Yeah. What happened was, back in the day, in the 90s,
Yes.
there was a bunch of bands. It was like me and the Woggle. My old band was called the Friggs.
Yes.
So it was the Friggs, the Woggles, the Muffs, like the 45s are going to be on the, so a whole bunch of these bands that are like little trashy, but still really pop. And because I think all of our music is pop. I think it's like power pop, and with a little punky thing, a little trashy thing going. But I felt like at that point, there's so many labels and we don't fit into any of them. So it's like, there's the grunge thing, which was like perfect. You had Nirvana and L7 and Mudhoney and all those cool bands. But we don't fit in with that.
No.
And then there's like, bands like, we weren't quite power pop because we were a little dirtier, the Friggs, and we were a little sleazy and dirty, and so I was like, we need a genre. We need our own genre. And so I came up with this trash pop because it was still like a little dirty and trashy and edgy, but it was still poppy, you know what I mean? You could still sing the solos, like George Harrison always said. So I came up with that, and for some reason, it never really took off as a genre, But then when Stevie hired me to do the radio, I was like, trash pop,
That's
because
beautiful.
it really does fit in with a lot, because I'm a big fan of a lot of stuff like Stevie is. Like we totally geek out on the text and stuff. And because I like it to include like some freak beat and some northern soul and, just a little bit like, I don't know. I like to be a little wide open there.
I don't want to blow smoke up your ass, but I was very excited that I'm getting to talk to you, because I think
That's sweet.
your show and what you pick is so, how do I want to put it? Maybe it's right up my alley, but it's almost like when I listen to your show, it's like, what is she going to play next? You just never know what's going to be around the corner.
Yeah.
But usually your choice and stuff, and I'm not just trying to be like a big fan.
No. This is actually very helpful. Because I don't know
You're very, compared to, I like Manfred
like,
too. I like Manfred, who, Chris Evans does the,
Chris Carter, the British invasion.
Chris Evans. Who's Chris Evans?
You got me.
Yeah. This is my third show.
We all have,
but Chris Carter and the British Invasion, I think, is a fantastic show too.
Yeah, fantastic.
But yours, I think, adds a little bit of more special pixie dust on top. Cool. And I'm always just, I don't want to come off as a fanboy, but
no, it's cool.
The thing that turned me on to you, that I think is absolutely probably one of the greatest tracks, I mean, from you as an artist, and I guess I could call this power pop, but the Brian Jones track, You're My Brian Jones.
Yeah. I know that one. I know that little number.
Give me, I know this is geeky, but can you give me a little bit of background on that?
Sure. Well, it's actually, let me see. It's not
because that's what year is that?
That came, my record? I think that record came out originally in I'm going to say 2013 maybe.
See, my concept of time is all. Don't ask me about time.
It just was reissued 10 years later, on Wicked Cool. They put it out on vinyl for the first time. So 2024, I think, is when that came out for the second time. But the single, I guess it was 13 originally, and then it got reissued 10 years later, like a 10-year thing on that. But there's actually a cool story about the harpsichord.
There you go. That's what I want.
So what happened when I was recording in Brooklyn, and I was sitting in the studio with the engineer, and I said, this is like Brian Jones. So he had all those crazy instruments.
Oh yeah, Brian, think about what he brought to the Stones.
Exactly.
When he passed away, or when they fired his ass.
When they killed him, oops. Oh. When they murdered him, oops.
We can't say that. But no, think about what he brought to the Stones. Harpsichord, he'd play sitar on a track. He could play anything you threw at him.
Right.
Fantastic.
He was a big influence on me. Now, I'm cocky enough that I will play anything I need to. It won't be good necessarily, but I'll at least do it. You know what I mean? I'll try it. Yeah. And if it sucks, I don't even care. That's where the trashy pop comes in. But so I said to the engineer, I was like, man, it would be really cool to have a real harpsichord on this, not a keyboard, And he was like, you're not going to believe this, but there's a guy downstairs in the apartment downstairs that has a harpsichord. Wow. I was like, you're kidding me, right? He goes, no, he has a harpsichord downstairs. He only plays it at night. So I was like, oh my God, can we drop a cable down the window and then into his thing? And he was like, I'll ask. So the next time I went in there, I had, my keyboard player with me. And I said, I was telling the guy, I was like,
love it.
You got to make sure it's tuned, because those things are a pain in the ass. So I was like, you have to make sure it's tuned. You got to make sure it's tuned. So I said, I'll pay for the tune, whatever it is I need to pay for it. No, you can't bark like that, okay? Good girls. Sorry about that.
No, it's fine. We're loose. We're very loose here.
I said, you got to make sure it's tuned. So the guy was like, I will have it tuned, and I was like, I'll pay for it, whatever it is. He tuned the thing, and I get there in the morning. We dropped the cable out of the studio. It was on the second floor.
Fantastic.
Into the window of the guy's apartment. My friend sat down and starts playing it. And then we were like, okay, this is going to be great. It's going to be great. So we go back upstairs. She's downstairs at the harpsichord. And we put the track on, and the guy tuned it to a harpsichord tuning, which is not the same as rock and roll, and is A440.
Like A440. What'd they do?
Whatever it was 5, not A440, it was 335 or 445 or
They probably tuned it to the way things used to be tuned.
yes. So I was like, oh my God, this is
no.
a fucking nightmare.
That's
This is a nightmare. Come on, lay down here. So I was like, well, what are we going to do?
What did you do?
What we did was we either sped it up or slowed it down, and the keyboard player played it. We made up a line, and then we sped the tape up or down. I don't know even which
Little
direction.
Beatles trickery.
Yeah, and it came out great. But that's that's the story with Brian Jones.
You ran a microphone outside of the window.
Out the window and into the downstairs. I mean, because what a quinky dink. The guy downstairs had a harpsichord, a real harpsichord. So everyone, people were like, oh,
when you think harpsichord, I'm thinking like one of those photos from, a real harpsichord.
It was the long thing.
Yeah.
And it was insane. It was crazy.
Ugh.
So that was like, we were just like, I can't believe, first I was like, I can't believe my good fortune. And then I was like, I can't believe my bad luck that it's tuned to the wrong thing,
Oh, well, yeah, but beauty is you could speed it up.
Yeah, it worked.
So real quick, though, you answered that question, but I do think that track is fantastic because I heard it one night. I don't think it was you, but someone played it.
Yeah, we don't really play much of unless if it's a cool
They should
song,
play more of your stuff because I love it.
I mean, other DJs do.
I think it was somebody else.
Yeah, it wouldn't have been me.
But yeah, and someone else has played Kurt.
Yeah, everybody plays Kurt because he's not a DJ. So
He was a DJ.
He was for a bit, yeah. Mm-hmm. But I think he likes his job now. It's like a really good.
When I talk to him, he just seems like he's in a good spot.
Boy, I'll tell you, and because he's finding great bands, he found that Banda AL9.
Yeah, I talked to those guys. Oh. Holy mackerel!
Yeah, I know. So I mean, Kurt has a real knack for finding stuff, and he's really
but
focused.
Those young guys,
I know, weren't they great?
I talked to those guys, and I think my buddy DC was on that interview with me, and we talked to him. And the fact, what gives me hope is that look, those guys are young guys.
I know,
but the amount of talent that they have,
it's crazy,
and what they're playing, Beatlesque, it's
where did you
melody,
learn that stuff?
It's power pop. And I'm talking to these guys, and they're playing Rickenbackers and Hofner basses, and I'm going,
man.
Where did you guys come from?
I know. I guess, they were just in their house in Brazil, just with their parents, doing their thing.
But doesn't that give you hope for our future?
Well, okay, now I got to clarify because what you just said is exactly the theory of our station. Mm-hmm. That's what Stevie is, that's his mission in life. He does not want this music to die. And I think he's really accomplishing it. And that on top of, his school, because he's got Teach Rock and all that. I'm sure you're familiar with that. Mm-hmm. But, his theory is if we don't play this, it's going to die. And it is. It's going to
That's kind of my philosophy in Grant's Rock Warehouse.
Yeah.
My philosophy, not to talk about me, but shit, since we're here.
We're here, man.
My philosophy on my channel is I play music. Not many YouTube channels play music because, YouTube's a questionable thing. Yes. Yeah. I'm not worried about monetization. I monetize because I do shows, interviews. I'll do shows that I can monetize. But I do listening parties on the weekend, and like this weekend, we're going to do 2 hours of 1972.
I got to tune in.
Okay. And what I've done is I've reached out, and I'll give you the link. Everybody who is like followers, I said, we'll set up a page, go and give me your requests, and we'll play them.
That's very cool. Yeah, that's very cool.
I try to talk about, and I'm also doing a series. Tell me if you dig this or not. You might not dig this, but I don't think a lot of people are doing it, and I'm kind of proud of it. Okay. I'm going through hometown album projects of the 70s and 80s and going through and picking out 5 tracks, and I'll put a show together, and we'll play We'll look at QFM 96 in Columbus, Ohio, hometown album, and we'll look at those 5 tracks and look at those bands and maybe analyze it a bit.
That's great.
I said, did these bands, why did these bands not make it? Or we'll go, there was a band out of Cincinnati, I don't know if you've ever heard it, called Rock Duster from the late 70s.
No, I don't. No.
Freaking fantastic.
Is that something I should know? Should I spin it?
Well, it only came out on vinyl on the WEBN Hometown Album Project.
Oh, okay. So I'll never find it, in other words.
You'll never find it. But see what I'm doing, I'm digitizing all this stuff.
Okay. Yeah.
And, I'm only using premium vinyl. I'm not, and most of this stuff is stuff that's never came out on CD. Like a lot of the Hudson Brothers stuff, which I think is fantastic.
Oh, the Hudson Brothers, of course.
The Hudson Brothers albums never... of course, they had the television show.
Yeah.
But these guys were originally musicians. Fantastic musicians.
Yeah.
But they sold their souls to TV for $5,000 a week. Because, it was the early 70s and, a gig's a gig.
Yeah, gig's a gig.
Like Rick Springfield.
Right.
Well, I'm working on Working Class Dog, and I've been struggling as a musician for all the 70s. And I've got this gig on a soap opera, and you're going to pay me what?
I know. It's hard to say no.
It's the Hudson Brothers thing.
Yeah.
But I've been looking at these Hudson Brothers albums, and as far as power pop, had these guys...
I'm gonna go looking through Hudson Brothers now. You got me going.
Now listen, but the thing is, had these guys not sold their soul to the devil, so to speak, I think we would be looking at their material, and God only knows where they could have went.
Well,
because
you could say that, like the Raspberries say, or the.
The Raspberries were doomed because of the damn white suits, and same with the Hudson Brothers.
Yeah,
it's the same kind of thing, but I think that at least street credibility. I know we're just talking music, but this is what we do in the Warehouse. Street cred, I think maybe the Raspberries, after all these years, maybe have a little bit better street cred. At least their stuff came out digitally. You can stream it. The Hudson Brothers, they were on all these different labels. The Hudson album came out on Playboy. Then they put an album out on Casablanca. Then they got signed to Elton John's Rocket label, and Bernie Taupin brought them to Elton.
Okay.
So they put out 2 albums like that, and then after that, they bounced to Elektra. Just saying.
So they never so that could be a reason why they didn't make it, because they were they didn't really have a home that,
But I'll tell you, Palmyra, it's just go down that. I don't know. I don't know if you have a turntable.
I do. I don't have a turntable here. I have a house upstate, and that's where the turntable is.
But you might want to dive into it, because there is a lot there. And I've been trying to boost. I'm trying to maybe interview one of the Hudson Brothers. I haven't had any luck yet.
That shouldn't be too hard.
I don't know. No one's responding.
Oh, so you've tried.
Well, Mark, I'd like to get Mark on. Mark sang most of the tracks. Brett didn't sing as many, but then you had Bill, who wrote a lot of it.
Okay.
And then you've got they're all brothers, so when they sing harmony, it's like the Bee Gees.
You can't beat it.
You can't beat it.
I know the Bee Gees. God, I'm such a big Bee Gees fan.
Oh, that 60s stuff, even the 80s, 70s stuff is fantastic.
I know, because, a lot of people are like, well, what's your guilty pleasure? And it's like, I don't have a guilty pleasure, because if I like something, I like it. I don't care. I don't care what anybody thinks about if you think it's stupid. I love the Jackson 5. I love the Bee Gees. I love nothing. Chirpy Cheap. I love it. You know what I mean? You know that song? Chirpy Cheap.
What album is that on? Or was it a single? I'm not familiar with that.
Oof. You might not want to.
What we've also
You might not want to finish the interview once you hear this song.
No, this is fantastic. I've also actually, DC and I are going to do a show on David
Chirpy Cheap.
Okay, here we go.
I know you know this.
Brace
song.
yourselves, kids.
You ready for this one, everybody? Okay, wait. Okay, I have to find the good one.
So but DC and I are going to dig this. You might dig this. You might go, Jesus. Stephen Schnee and I did on another channel. We looked at the Osmonds.
I
Now
love
the
the Osmonds.
Osmonds get a bad rap.
I love the Osmonds. I
but
love
they
them.
get a bad rap.
You know what? I met Donny Osmond once when I was a little kid, and because my sister was obsessed with Donny Osmond.
Okay.
You know this song.
I don't think I
Oh, yes, you do.
I do know it. I know it. Okay. Okay. Yep.
So, everyone's like, oh, you can't really like that. And I'm like, I really like that,
So you might dig this because I don't think anybody's really talking about it. My DC and I are going to look at the David Cassidy album. Start out with his first two albums. So the whole premise is, I'm running it by you. Is this a good premise? Is there something here? Was David Cassidy more than just a teen idol? We're going to go down and check it out.
I mean, he was a songwriter. But again, he got sucked into the Partridge Family, which is fine by me because, I mean, I love it. The
Partridge Family is great, yeah.
The Cowsills. I mean, that's some
another great
band. Those guys.
But I am fascinated by this stuff. I want to look at these bands, or at least try to feature them, and at least go down that road and take a look at it.
Yeah.
Because they're virtually forgotten or they're laughed at. We looked at that Osmonds catalog.
Yeah.
And think about it, like, what is it, the second album or the first album? They've recorded all that at Muscle Shoals.
Yeah,
they had the best musicians backing them up.
Yep.
And don't forget, the Osmonds can sing like
five brothers.
Like five brothers, but the band, those Muscle Shoals musicians.
Yep.
And people, we were playing it, and people listening to it were going, that's the Osmonds.
Somebody re-recorded.
That's the Osmonds.
Somebody covered I can't remember who. Was it the Doughboys? Maybe. I can't remember, but somebody did record a version of Yo, and it was fantastic. So
that reminds me, Richard X. Heyman. I wonder if I've got like 4 or 5 of his CDs.
Yeah, he's a power pop dude for sure.
Yeah, that first album that came out on his second album. First album's fantastic, but the second album that came out on Sire, Hey Man, ended up right in the cutout bins.
Cutout bin.
I don't know if I've ever heard that on the Underground Garage.
That's something that I can find. If I find that, I can,
I think that's one of those artists, at least maybe the first. God, we are so geeky. Those first 2 Richard X. Heyman albums.
Yeah. I can find that and spin that.
But I think maybe that would be something.
Yeah,
I think people would dig it. But, we could talk about this shit all night. There are so many artists that I think didn't get a fair shake and should. And this is part of the reason I wanted to have you come on, talk about the cruise, talk about, we got 5 minutes. I know we're on a tangent. I can't help it. Is there anything about, I could talk to you for 2 hours.
Go.
Is there anything coming up, like anything new releases from you? Is there anything
I have a new
you want to
single.
talk about? Tell me about that.
Okay, I have a new single coming out. It's a really cool version of Hold Tight by Dave D, Dozy, Mickey, Big Tish.
Fantastic.
I never get that, so we did Hold Tight. And we got Melanie Vaman, my coolie sister, she's playing keyboards on it, and my band, the Doppel Gang. And that's coming out the 3rd, like the date. So when we're on the cruise, it's going to be like digital single. And then after that, I have a split single coming out with, do you know the Insomniacs? Really cool power pop band. They were part of the trash pop thing in the 90s. Okay.
So have they been like together this whole time?
They've been together the whole time.
I'm going to have to write this down.
Okay, so they're a band called the Insomniacs, and it's 2 brothers, Bob and Dave Wojciechowski, whose mother was Stevie Van Zandt's music teacher. Okay. So, and Bob is my guitar player in the Doppel Gang. So Bob Wojciechowski is in 2 bands, got the Doppel Gang and the Insomniacs with his brother Dave, and both of them are sons of Stevie's music teacher. So we're doing a split single. I recorded Yeah, my Doppel Gang recorded an Insomniac song, and the Insomniacs recorded one of my songs. So we're doing a double A.
I like that idea. I
coming
like
out
that.
it's coming out, I think, in the summer or something.
Wow, that's
Kurt Baker.
great. See, I haven't gotten anything. I figure Mike might have sent me something. I don't know if that's even been mentioned yet.
Oh, that's not even. Well, they finished theirs. I think I have to finally do my mix.
Okay, but it's coming out.
It's coming. The other one, the whole tight, is coming out like in a couple weeks. So that's just, he didn't send you that?
Well, not yet.
Oh, okay. But he will.
Well, like when I contacted, I said I'm going on the cruise because he's been sending me stuff and it's all been great. And I'm going, I need to talk to them. I said, I don't know who you all represent, but I'm going on the Little Steven's cruise.
Yeah.
I would love to talk to some people before we go to boost things up or talk about it. And because, I love all
it's going to be really cool. And I never thought I was a cruise person.
Oh, it's fun.
I know. I mean, who knew? And now I'm like totally into it. It was so much fun. You're going to have so much fun in this Underground Garage cruise. I mean, because if you are a cruise person, you've been on the 80s ones.
The 80s one's great. The great thing about it is that you get to, because you're on international waters, so you get to see a lot of acts that don't have to worry about the tax thing. Right. So I got to see, was it last year or the year before? It's kind of blending together. Yeah. Got to see Kim Wilde. When am I going to see Kim Wilde in the States?
I know, that's fantastic.
She was great.
Yeah, she's great.
Kim Wilde was great, and her brother was still playing guitar with her. It was great, and I was just all giddy. I'm going, my God, Kim! When am I going to see Kim Wilde?
I know, that's
Soft Cell was good, but they had some good acts. But last year, I wasn't so. I didn't go on it this year because I went on the Little Steve. I'm going on this because I wasn't all. I thought this last year was kind of. Yeah. And when I looked at the Little Steven's cruise, I'm going. My buddy and I went.
Yeah, there's some good. Oh my God,
fantastic.
I can't believe this lineup. Yeah, it's going to be cool.
Oh, it's
very excited about a bunch of these bands.
So how many? Okay, real quick. What is it? Okay, we're good. How many times are you playing on the cruise? Because I'm gonna have to come by and say hello.
Oh, you have to. Oh my God, if you don't, I'd be pissed.
So how many? Real quick, you're playing how many times?
Everyone's playing twice.
Okay.
And I can't remember now the venues, but yeah, everything's twice. The Pandoras are twice. Red Cross is twice. So pretty much, and then we're doing a Beatles hour. And there's going to be, the backing band is, another cool band that you would love, the Jelly Bricks. Are you familiar with it?
I'm going to talk to the Jelly Bricks here, I think.
Fantastic.
What is today? Next Thursday.
I love the Jelly Bricks. So ask them about the Beatles hour. They're going to
The Beatles hour. Right.
Yeah, they're going to be the backing band. And then a whole bunch of people are going to hop up. I'm going to sing Chains. And Peter Holsapple and Chris Stamey are hopping up.
You know what? I don't want to interrupt, but you know what I'm really excited about?
What?
And I look at it, when you're looking at the lineup.
Yeah.
Holsapple and Stamey are like at the bottom. And I'm looking at that going, these guys made a lot of this all happen anyway. Those DB's albums, and you know what I'm talking about.
Oh, I know, because I spin the DBs a lot.
I'm looking at them and I'm going, for me, that's the big draw to the whole thing because those guys are icons, songwriting goodness.
God, I know.
Those DB albums, I wouldn't trade for anything.
No, they're fantastic. And I know. I mean, so looking at it. Peter and Chris are going to hop up and do a Beatles song with the Jelly Brick. It's going to be fun. It's going to be really fun. And then all the DJs are, Manfred's going to hop up, Kelly, Michael DeBar. So we're all going to hop up there.
I'm so looking forward to it, Palmyra. You have no idea.
No, I do, because I'm looking forward to it as well.
It's going to be a blast.
Yeah, it really is going to be fun.
I guess we can wrap it up. I do appreciate you taking time to talk with me. We've talked.
I appreciate it. No, you know what's really
It's cool? Like we were at the record store just chatting.
Well, that's what I like my shows to be like. I told my music director, I was like, I want my shows to sound like we're just a bunch of assholes sitting in the living room spinning records. And he's like, the show does sound like that.
Because it's fantastic.
My sequences are like wherever, if I play an R&B thing, I want to follow it with a punk rock song. You know what I mean?
Mix it up. Keep it exciting. See, that's what I said. I never know what's coming around the corner when I'm listening to your show.
I like a sequence like that,
I love that.
A lot of people are like, what are you doing? I'm like, I don't know.
Well, I'm giving you an assignment.
Okay.
Go check out that Hudson Brothers stuff. Now,
I will.
This is the record you really want to start out with. This is a masterpiece.
Okay. Wait, I have to take, I gotta take a picture of
1975.
that because everything is like, I gotta take a picture of that. Got it. Okay.
This is a masterpiece. Well, actually, I'll send you. I guess I can send Mike. I'll send the Mike the link to send to you.
Yeah.
Okay. But I already did a show on it, and there's some tracks up there. I mean, I've digitized all this stuff, and it sounds fantastic.
Well, that's the thing. Like, it has to be because we don't work
I
with
know.
turntables, and you know the story. But I mean, a lot of the stuff I've had to digitize. If I have some crazy ass thing, and it's like,
I can take care of you.
okay.
But I swear to God, you just have to hear. I wouldn't steer you wrong. I've heard your show, and I know you would love it.
You're not going to steer me wrong. I know that. I already just
know you would like it.
For an hour. I know you're not steering me wrong.
I'm just so passionate about this stuff.
I get it.
I'm all worked up to Palmyra. I'm all worked up about looking at this David Cassidy catalog.
I get it. I totally get it. You know, I'm gonna if we got a split, I'm gonna leave you with one really cool story that.
Yes, go ahead, please.
I got a letter once from a girl, a 14-year-old girl. She wrote to me. She's like, Palmyra, I love your show, and I'm 14, and I really want to be a musician. And you played something today that I thought was just like a mind blower. And it was The Who, The Kids Are All Right. And I was like, I don't remember ever not knowing that song. But this is the point. The point that Steven is trying to make with all of this is that girl would have never heard that song if it weren't for our station. Not to pat ourselves on the back.
No, pat yourselves on the back. You guys are doing God's work.
This was a couple of years ago, and I wish I stayed in touch with this girl because I hope maybe she's a great musician now. Like, I don't know. You know what I mean? But
I'm not blowing smoke up your ass, but what you're doing on the Little Steven's channel is.
It's really the concept of this. I can't even take credit for it. It's really the concept that Steven has. I just happen to slip right in there and we get it. You know, like me and Stevie totally were on the same vibe. We laugh at the same stupid shit. Mm-hmm. And, like sometimes I'll open the phone and there'll be a text from him and the subject is, what the fuck? And I'm like, what did I say? Am I going to get fired? And it's like, where did you find that? And it's like, he totally geeks out.
He's totally gets it. He's a geek too.
He totally gets it. I mean, there's nothing, occasionally he'd be like, I don't really like that song. Don't play that kind of shit. But it's like in 10 years, he said that twice to me. So I guess I'm doing okay, You're
doing fantastic. And I don't mean to be a fanboy or anything, but
it's
made my day just talking to you.
Man. We're having a conversation, same mindsets, and it's really great to do an interview with someone who really gets it to the core.
I get it. Hell, I'm wearing a Banana Split shirt.
I love the Banana. Let's find a cave, baby.
You ever hear that? Have you heard that Banana Splits album that came out in like '68? It's a green cover. It came out on Decca.
I don't know.
A lot of those.
Well, I'm sure.
I'm looking at my time, but most of those tracks were Al Cooper was behind half of that record. So it's really like Al Cooper.
Interesting. Well, you know that song, Find a Cave, right?
Yeah.
Did you ever hear the version that I play by Charlie Starr?
I don't know if I've heard it. I don't.
Okay. Well, I've played it a number. I usually give it a few months before I play. But it's a crazy story. This guy was born with bad eyes, and then he had like eye injuries and ended up having to get his eyes taken out. And he became a musician. I know, it's crazy. This guy, Charlie Starr. And not the guy from Blackberry Smoke. I know he's also Charlie Starr, but
different Charlie Starr.
Different guy, yeah. But this guy became this was like, I guess in the 70s or I don't know what. But anyway, he recorded this crazy song. He was the first guy that did Find a Cave. And it's brilliant. It's just brilliant. And, check it out. I mean, I spin it occasionally, but it's like, and then go listen to Banana Split's version. It's like, oh my God, this is great.
It's just mind blowing.
Yeah.
All right, excellent. Well,
thanks for the chat, man.
Mike, I'll have something I'll send you.
Okay.
Couple of Hudson Brothers things.
Okay.
And the other thing, before we go. Okay, this is geeky, but you probably will dig it.
I'm the geekiest.
Do you know this record?
No, I don't. I've seen it because I worked.
You know what the background is on this?
No.
Last Sean Cassidy album.
Okay.
Produced by Todd Rundgren. A lot of the songs are written by Todd Rundgren. The backing band is Utopia.
Oh my God. Okay. I've been on a Todd Rundgren.
We just did a Utopia show. Yeah.
I've been on a Todd Rundgren kick. Every show in the past month has been Todd.
I'm just letting you know because if you like Utopia,
I do.
It's got Sean Cassidy singing. Okay. Get over that.
I'm fine with that.
Fine.
Like I said, I don't feel guilty about anything I like.
But there are Todd songs on here that are only on here.
Okay.
And it sounds like a Utopia album via 1981, 1980.
I'm into it. I will.
It is so geek.
I got some Googling to do.
Do some Googling.
I got Googling.
It's just this is what I love about all this.
Cool.
Palmyra Delran, thank you. It's been a pleasure. I will see you on the cruise.
Nice to talk to you, and I will see you on the dinghy.
And when's the single coming out again? Give me
the single Hold Tight by Palmyra Delran, the Doppel Gang, coming out April 3rd.
All right.
So beyond that, we'll be.
And the balloons went off. Check her out.
I just saw that. That was cool.
Underground Garage.
Yeah.
Palmyra, I will talk to you. It's been a pleasure. I'll see you on the cruise.
See you on the cruise, baby.
All right. See you.